And on to the next video. No shortage of videos, let me tell you. I've said this before. It's amazing how a few years ago when I started doing this, videos on YouTube, how I would have to go search, look around, find a good video to do it, keep people up to date with something that was important. And then it became easy to find stuff, and I could pick and choose easily. One video, I wasn't doing video every single day. Maybe a few days would go by. Every now and then, I can do 2 videos today. Wow, there's a bunch of stuff, I could talk about today, but I got 2 good ones. And then tomorrow I might not have any. Nowadays, I could do so many videos in a day, it would make your head spin. It would make you click the unsubscribe button. You would be on doom overload if I actually did the videos on every single thing that I probably said, or could have done. Again, I'm picking and choosing the ones that I really want to do, and then I just do those. And sometimes, I've got 5 or 6. I'll delete that one. I'll delete that one. Now I've got 3 or 4 to do. Okay, I'll just do those. Because by the time I get done with those 2 the next day, there'll already be new news coming for the next 2 or 3 days. It's insane. Now, the other day, and it may be when I was doing the WebBot summary, I'm trying to remember, I had mentioned something, I think it was, something about Greece and the power company and the rationing electricity. It was in the WebBot report. And I sent myself a article to do. And actually, I sent this to myself on Thursday of last week. But I just hadn't had time to get to it, right? So I just did the WebBot report on Saturday. But this was the article I was talking about. And I didn't get into full detail with it, but here it is. And the power company is called the PPC. Greece's PPC to cut power to 2.1 million customers, owing 2.5 billion euros. Greece's public power company, DEH, which is again PPC, is angry. The amount of unpaid bills by its customers has reached the astronomical 2.5 billion euros. The PPC is so angry that it plans to cut the power to those with outstanding debts as soon as possible. Of course, many Greeks cannot afford to pay the bi-monthly bill, mostly because the amount to be paid doubles, or has been doubled, due to added extra fees like emissions tax, green whatever tax, municipality fee tax, state TV fees tax, etc. He says, for example, bi-monthly electricity consumption is estimated to be $52, or in euros, 52 euros, but I am asked to pay 100 because of those extra charges. The bill includes 13% VAT tax, or value added tax, but also interest, although I pay of 44 cents, it looks like, although I pay per monthly bank order and I am never late. Every 4 months, I receive a bill based on my real consumption and not just an estimation. And then I find myself in a state of passing out. Summer months are more expensive due to the use of AC. Winter months are also expensive due to the use of electric heating devices, etc. Bills explode to several hundred euros during those times. I am not alone in my struggle to pay the bill, but many cannot even afford it. According to the Greek media, they report 2.1 million consumers have outstanding debts to the Greek power company PPC. They are private households, businessmen of small and medium enterprises, merchants, craftsmen, all kinds of people. Now the PPC plans to turn the power off and leave them in the dark. Not without previous notice, though. It will send consumers a warning, and if they don't comply, they will desperately seek to turn on. If they won't comply, they will desperately seek to turn on the lights in the evening, cook for their kids, keep the cheese in the fridge, use their wireless phone, watch TV, heat their homes, or complain about their situations on the internet. Is this a translation? I'm not sure what that just said. The business debts are reportedly 1.8 billion euros. Exempted from the power outages will be consumers in the program of social price policy, which is like people in need. Even though the PPC plans also to screen these customers and knew this customer's category, as some apparently have misused the provision. Okay, so they're going to be screening some of those people who claim they're on that program because it's been abused, and some people who aren't really on the program, or some people who are using the program so they can't get their stuff turned off, actually don't qualify. So that's what he's saying here. Some consumers rush to make settlements for their debts, but then the monthly payments to PPC are higher than the payments they can afford. Furthermore, the real life has showed that once in PPC debt, one is always in PPC debt, unless one pays off all of the debt at once. There is not even a 0.001% reduction in cases where the consumer has paid 1,000 euros at once, just to name an example. Households and businesses started to sink in PPC debts after the government incorporated the special property tax in the PPC bills in 2011. Debts to the PPC increased rapidly because consumers were simply unable to pay the new, higher, bi-monthly bills that skyrocketed from, let's say, 100 euros to more than 250, and thus, amid the economic crisis and recession, unemployment and income decreases. Meanwhile, the property tax comes separately and directly from the tax office, but that incredibly bad practice imposed on 2011 and 2012 and the outstanding debts that were from then keep these households and businesses as hostages for the rest of their lives because they can't pay it. So even though you owe the electric company small fries, you owe the tax big fries. They were, since 2011, 2012, combined, they're looking at that as you owe us the entire amount. And if you don't pay the entire amount, your electricity is getting shut off, sucker. Now, the interesting thing here for me, Greece's PPC to cut power to 2.1 million customers. Okay, so it says that this is Greece's power public company, DEH, is angry. So I want to do a quick search. I haven't done this yet. DEH. Privatization. Just curious. GreekReporter.com, February 10th, 2015. This might be good news for the Greek people, even though that was bad news. Minister of Productive Reconstruction. There will be no privatization of power and gas companies. Minister of Productive Reconstruction, Environment and Energy announced today, again February, in Parliament that the new government will put an end to privatization of public companies and implement all policies announced by the Prime Minister on Sunday. So one of those companies actually listed is the Public Power Corporation, DEH, and Public Gas Corporation, DEPA. So he says, this guy's name is Lafazanis, announced the cancellation of further privatization of Greece's Public Power Corporation and Public Gas Corporation. Now, what is interesting about that statement, hold on, what is this? He also said that the new government will review the sale of the old Athens airport and gold deposits in Skories in northern Greece. He will review the sale of the old Athens airport and the gold deposits. You didn't say there. Gold, huh? I thought it was an old rusty relic nobody wanted. Boy, these central banks are certainly after it. Venezuela, remember when he brought back the gold? And the club was pissed off and he was parading down the street with the gold and the people were lined up cheering, Chavez, yeah, I brought the gold back from the Western world. Our gold belongs here at home. Well, the new guy struggling to pay bills over there, he just pretty much sold all that gold back to the club. It's gone. And it's a damn shame, if I don't mind saying so myself. What a damn shame. But this statement where he says the cancellation of further privatization of Greece's public power corporation and public gas corporation. So that almost sounds like, did they semi-privatize it? Not fully? What does that mean? Because I thought to myself, as I read this guy's blog that I just read you, the other one, I said, this sounds like something a private company would do that was private, that was taken from the Greece people, put into private hands to pay off these loans that they never wanted, couldn't afford to begin with. Christine Lagarde said we need to start privatizing Greece, sell off all these assets. Public this, public that, waterworks, electricity, sell it all off to her corporate friends. And as I said 400,000 times, when they demand their money be paid, these are outsiders. They don't care about your country. They don't care about your citizens. They have shareholders. And our shareholders need to see profit. So it makes me wonder if this has been at all any kind of way privatized. Is that why this power company is now about to kick it in high gear and start shutting off power left and right until you deadbeats pay us? What a damn shame. This is unbelievable. How much are people willing to take? That's the question. How far are the Greek people willing to go? I think they're almost at their ends, the end of the rope. Vote for this party. They promised us that. No more austerity. Vote him in. He changes at the last minute. Goes back to austerity. He's stepping down while he's doing that. The new party wins again. That was his old party. They're promising we'll do what he was supposed to do, but he didn't do it, so we're not his friend anymore. And people are giving that little vote him out one last time. Okay, vote him out again. Vote him out again. Another one. Vote him out. Until they come to the conclusion, how many guys we got to vote out? They've all promised the same thing, and this hasn't changed yet. That's when they get violent. History says so. It's going to happen. Unless Greece can get out of this damn euro quick, I'm afraid it's going to happen there. Look around. Almost everywhere in the world has some kind of major rioting, protest, clashes with government, except for the United States. We're the only ones, for some reason, that don't see that here yet. And I do say, yet. You just wait until that little Social Security thing becomes an issue. As I just read recently, the disability part is about to run out of money in a matter of mere weeks. Ooh. I think there's going to be some rioting and some protesting to start with in a country near you. I'm pretty certain. Take care.